Spazzing on this motherfucker.
What's going on, everybody? It's Dot Bets. We're checking in. Let me see if I got my mic on. I do have it. All right. What's going on, everybody? We are checking back in with the Buddies Bets live stream. Go over some MLB, NBA plays that both of us are liking. Just got back from the baby moon of Kansas City, so kind of all over the place, just putting it all together. Looked at some bets that we both like, discussed them, and about to give them to you for free. So, what are you thinking today, buddy?
All over the place, like you said. But I'm real high on three plays. So the Padres for sure. You and I just talked about that. I think Paddock comes out strong, shuts down, and in my opinion, what's a weak lineup. I'm not a huge fan of the Chicago Cubs, so I think the Padres dominate there. And then overnight, I posted these other two plays, the Giants and Athletics. I think they're both superior in pitching matchups, so I'm going to ride with those three.
You got so the Cubs lineup today is Peterson, Bryant, Baez, Happ, Contreras, Ortega, Wisdom, Sogard. So they still don't have Rizzo. I think Rizzo's been out for a little bit.
Yeah.
And Paddock has been very good as of late. It's one of our guys in my fantasy league dropped him, and I ended up swooping him up, and I've seemed to like it so far.
Yeah, his last two starts he's been fairly dominant.
His first couple starts were horrible. So let's just look.
Right.
And I could see his justification for dropping him. And I just said, screw it. I'll go on just him being on a really, really good team. And when you go look at his stats here. Nope. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I mean, and the Padres offensively are just so dominant, man. Tatis is on a tear.
He's just not striking out as many people as he once did, early on. maybe when he got his Grumpy Lobster. Appreciate you checking out the stream. And as always, if anybody has any questions over any particular plays that you guys are thinking about that we maybe might not discuss, go ahead, throw them in the chat. Tell us your locks of the day. But yeah, no, I'm probably gonna tail this Paddock play with you as well. You know, he's been pitching well. Last, what do you got? Four starts in a row, sub 2 ERAs. You know, he's figuring it out. Something's finally clicked for him. And the Padres are the Padres, best team.
I agree.
Padres, oh, that's you. Nice, good work.
Speaking of the Padres, so at sidekick, he's heavy on Tatis winning the MVP. What do you think there?
Oh,
let me ask you this: who do you think is in competition with him to win the MVP?
Crazy nobody. Like you would think. I mean, you would think with what do you call it? With Mike Trout in the league that he has a chance. But honestly, it's Tatis above everybody right now. The only way Tatis does not get the MVP is if he does not stay healthy. But I mean, right now, him, the way he's playing, it's electric. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. He's gonna hit a bomb or get on base and then play elite defense.
Right. I agree. So the one person I would say, and they're in the opposite league on the same team as Trout, would be Ohtani, and just because of the fact he's a two-way player, and he's been fairly dominant this year as well. So I guess it really just depends on health for both those guys, man. You know, if Tatis misses 20, 25 games for whatever reason, he's been known to do that as well. Yeah. So we'll see. But I think Ohtani would be a good play outside of
Ohtani is just it's gonna be. I would say Ohtani's up there with him. Fernando's by far right now to me the MVP. So any other plays you got for MLB? I like the Cardinals and the Dodgers under tonight. Looking.
So there's a few leans I'm on. I don't really want to release anything just because I'm not confident. But one other play I've been eyeing that I may make a decision on is the Cardinals plus 1.5. Yeah. I actually think they have a chance to win that game. I mean, the Giants came in and took 3 out of 4 from this Dodgers team, who they slumped. They seemed to have got it together for about 2 weeks, and I think the Giants may have taken that momentum they had. So Cardinals definitely plus 1.5, maybe money line. There's lots of value in their money line. So
just to check,
that's another one I'm
gonna check.
I think it was plus 20 the last I saw.
On BetUS, it is their money line's plus 160.
Dang! So there's been some more money dumped onto them. So and it seems like some sharps may be taking the Cardinals as well.
Got Bauer's stats pulled up. You know, when he's playing. What does he say? Good teams. You know, he beat the Padres. He's 1-1 against the Padres. I mean, he's a solid pitcher. That's why that's why I'm probably leaning the under here. But I do see some value in the Cardinals. That lineup is always scary. Jark81, appreciate you checking out the stream. He's saying, do you like the over in the Padres game? What do you think, buddy?
I do. Yeah, I do. I do like the over, and strictly just because I think the Padres put up over half those runs, so I think they score 6 or 7. Yeah, I like the over
Stewart,
for sure.
Do we know which way the wind's blowing in Wrigley?
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, I'm not sure that could play a big factor, but still, man.
As long as it's not howling in, I think we're good there. Let me check it real quick on the phone.
It's 9, right?
It's not 9
over. 9.5. Yeah. Yeah, I like it. I do. Actually, that's
in Chicago. Yeah, it's like 10-mile-an-hour wind, so I think it'd be okay. Doesn't say if it's in or out.
Yeah.
The other bet that I am going to roll with is going to be. Let me see where the hell it's at. It's going to be the A's. I think the Mariners are going to be a team I just start picking on as well. just because they're just very, very inconsistent, not very good of a team. And the A's are coming on a little bit, even though yesterday they done pissed me off. I had the over in that game, and I had 6 runs in the 4th inning. By the end of the 3rd, and they don't score the whole rest of the game. I was furious.
Hey, man.
And they left so many runners on base. I was like, God bless, just get a hit.
I feel your pain. I had the over in the Tigers Yankees, and I think they scored 7 runs by the 3rd inning, and they didn't go over 9, 8.
Oh yeah, it was frustrating. But yeah, if we're good with MLB there,
Yeah.
always fade DeGrom, right? Plus 155 Arizona.
Man, that was a play I was leaning on the throwing units at, but I just can't, man. That their offense absolutely does absolutely nothing when the ground on the mound.
That's what it's like.
Especially including a sub
Yeah.
1 ERA.
Yeah, so shifting gears to the NBA. So anybody who still had us MLB questions, throw them in the chat. We'll go ahead and answer them. And then, who do you like tonight in the NBA, buddy?
I'm real torn. I'm torn on the 76ers Wizards. Did nothing for our VIP in regard to that game. Actually, nothing in the NBA period. I want to say I favor the 76ers. I probably buy it down to -8. But then again, I see the Wizards coming out and fighting for their lives. So I'm torn. Leaning the over there, but I haven't made anything official there for the NBA. It's a tough slate tonight, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Too tough.
Yeah, the last 2 nights has been pretty chalky, as with a lot of favorites blowing them out. I think the average cover is like closer to 10 points covering wise. And like I think I saw it was like 17 of 19 games or something like that. It's just been absolutely, if they're going to cover, they're going to blow them out. It's not very close. So that's where it kind of takes me away from taking dogs, because it hasn't been as sharp, in the playoffs to take as many dogs. And I get what you're saying with the Wizards being, playing for their lives and everything like that. And I know we were discussing earlier that point total, that over is sticking in my head. So that might be a play for sure that I look into a little bit more. Just the over, 2 teams that definitely can score, and the Wizards have been just shooting poorly in this series.
They have. Like I said, tough matchup, man, or tough game to call the spread. I'll definitely have a play on it, but I've got several hours to make up my mind.
Right.
So
Grumpy.
I'm looking more forward towards the late game, anyway. So.
Yeah, Grumpy Lobster says, I like first quarter bets that seem safer for the most part. Yeah, I mean, you're condensing the game a little bit. So if that
it definitely depends, because I mean, yesterday I'm sure there were people that were heavy on the Nets first quarter, and the Celtics came out and played well. They've been, in my opinion, they've been a little iffy. The O's in the first quarter, they smacked. I've hit several of those in the Wizards 76ers matchup, which may be a play I put out. I really like. I think the last I saw, the over for the first quarter was 58.5.
Yeah, we'll try to get those first quarters up.
It may have moved by now, but that's also another play I'm leaning on there in that game.
First quarter 76ers is -2.5. And then you got the Jazz at -1.5. So they're thinking, you would think that the Grizzlies and the Wizards are going to come out hot. In my opinion, that's probably what I'm thinking.
Or that's the way I would lean if I chose either of those, would be the dog. But definitely the over 58.5. That's probably going to be a play I release for our VIP.
Sixers Wizards.
Sixers Wizards. It's cash for me. I think 3 of 3.
We've gotten out to a hot start each time.
Yeah. So.
Let's see first half lines, if any. So pretty much cut it in half. 76ers -4.5. Jazz -2.5. Nets covered my +1.5 yesterday, but Mavs screwed me. Grumpy Lobster. Yeah, man.
I kind of like there. It looks in that first half of the Jazz Memphis. I think there's lots of value in Memphis plus 2.5.
Yeah, they're the team that I'm going towards. I was on their last game plus, I think it was plus 5.5, and they had a lead with 2 minutes to go, and they let up a 12-0 run to end the game, and frustrate the piss out of me. So it's
Yeah.
and they clawed their way back. The Jazz got off to a great start, and then they clawed their way back, and then they let it slip at the end, which kind of that's what happens when you're betting a young team. But they got they got a long bright future ahead for those guys. So I'm excited to see them. I just don't know if they can make it happen. This series they won the first game, but I don't think they're going to win anymore.
Yeah. I actually felt so. I didn't know how that game ended. I fell asleep. I had a second half bet on the Grizzlies money line, which I woke up and it had hit. But I saw that they lost by, I guess, 10. I think they're down by 11 at half, so they covered. But I had no clue it was that dramatic that they let up a 12-0 lead. To wow,
It was bad.
I got pretty lucky there.
Yeah. And for any prop bettors out there, let's go. We got two guys. 19 loophole, 19. Let's fucking go. Nice stream, boys. Appreciate you checking out. Like we said, if you guys have any questions or bets, throw them in there, and we'll tell you what our thoughts are. X Diesel. I'm taking Grizz first half money line. See, that's pretty dang good play there. Buddy was talking about that. As we do think both dogs come out, ready to go as they need to. Both series are 3-1, right?
Well, no, the Sixers Wizards is 3-0.
Sorry, yeah, that's right, 3-0.
I think the Grizz is 2-1, right?
It's 2-1. I think this is game 4. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's game 4. Yeah.
So 2-1 and then 3-0. Grumpy Lobster, thank you, boys. Happy Memorial. Yep, for sure. Yeah, I'm just looking at some props here. This is off Fantasy Labs. They have their props lab, so some value plays that they like to pop up. Ja Morant assists, so their projection, they project him for 8.9, and the over/under total is 7.5 at plus 116. So that's a juice play there that you could get for Ja Morant on his assists. Dylan Brooks points, they're leaning him on the under. So that's a little plus points there. Then we got Conley, Morant. Who's been
Conley torched the three line.
Do you know what players just killed me this series? I bet Simmons double. I think two times in a row, and he hasn't played the fourth quarter. Otherwise, he would have nailed it. So it's really frustrating me. But a lot of people always take his over assists. I take Harden's over assists a lot, and so a lot of people kind of mimic that with Ben Simmons. And he's over. It's over 8.5. Is plus 112, and he is projected to be 7.3. So there is some value there to take the under 8.5 if you are looking into that. But yeah, he's just been somebody that, for whatever reason, because they just beat the living crap out of him, he doesn't play the fourth quarter and screws my double.
He pisses me off, man. If I was like, he's got the build for an NBA athlete, and to be as inconsistent with the jump shot, and especially free throw line, like the guy could be a freaking scoring machine. It's insane to me.
Here, 3-point shots. Here you go. Plus 1,400 to make one. You won't take that.
Jesus Christ. That's pathetic.
In today's NBA, that is honestly pathetic.
I was just about to say, in today's NBA, Jesus, yeah.
I like
to be the point man, and
I do like that points though for him over 14.5. I like that. I think he could get 20 today for sure.
The guy could get 30 a night. He lives at the free throw line and goes like 2 of 8, 2 of 10.
Let's see what Embiid is. His projections have been like over 32.5 points or some crazy things like that. Oop.
Yeah, I think I took him in a prop parlay the other night. It was at 30.5 or 31.
Sections are saying the under. Yeah.
Really? Hmm. I think I'd lean the other way, but I'm also terrible at props,
Yeah. But
guys.
this is a great tool for anybody out there who's got fantasy labs. Go to their props beta, and they have DraftKings, they got FanDuel, BetMGM, PointsBet. They got all different types. Bet Rivers. I don't think BetUS is on there. I don't think that is. Nope. But you can see what their projections are, who they think is going to do well, and make your own decision from there. But yeah, any other thoughts about the NBA slate? What do you think about AD's injury going forward for the Lakers?
Oh man, it's hard to say honestly because he hasn't been. I guess he's had one good game this series. I think LeBron is obviously the key to the Lakers. Not saying losing AD is going to make it any easier, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it really just depends on the Suns, obviously. And if the Suns play like they did the other day defensively, I don't care who is on the court. They're not going to get beat. So I guess I like the Suns to win that series moving forward. But Anthony Davis to me has just been he's underperformed this year, in my opinion.
Oh, I mean, he just can't stay healthy. He can't stay healthy whatsoever.
Well, that as well. But even when he's been on the court, in my opinion, it's not the guy that was the guy we saw at the end of last year. So.
And then these are some series props bets for to predict. We got Brooklyn 4-1, Blazers Nuggets, all plus money right now. If you guys think you can predict the future. Let's see what the Lakers is. So wow, look at this. This is some good money here. So Lakers to win 4-2, Lakers in 7, Suns in 7, Suns 4-2. Might be.
Well, you know what I just saw that I like, just strictly value is the Celtics and Nets. Nets to win the series 4-2 at plus what was it 625?
550, yeah.
I could definitely see Boston going into Brooklyn and
winning one
with the rate. Yeah, I mean it's all it takes is winning one. Is that five? Yeah,
550. But yeah, I mean everybody thinks they're going to close it out being minus 900.
Yeah, but still,
that's what I want.
I didn't think Celtics were going to win that game the other night, and they came out and laid it to the Nets. And to be honest with you, on any other night, last night, the Celtics would have beat any other team. They played very well offensively. They just ran into an offensive buzzsaw, and those big three, the Nets got.
How about the Knicks Hawks?
Oh man, I think the Knicks are dead. Julius Randle is. I don't want to say he's on. I'd give more credit to the Hawks and their defense. Man, they have held him in check.
It's been crazy.
And to me, I don't know who I said this to, but I said it to someone the other day. They're a sleeper team to make it, for me, to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Who?
I think they match up well against.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hot take.
Not saying it's gonna. I mean, if I had to choose between that series now, I'd say 76ers in 7. But it would not surprise me at all to see the Hawks. The Hawks make it to the Eastern Conference Finals.
The New York Knicks have made me so much money this year that I want to put some of the money on Knicks to win in game 7 for plus 750, but I just can't do it. I mean, if Randall plays the way he's supposed to play, they can easily do it, but he just has not shown that he can do it in the playoffs whatsoever.
Well, that's their issue. They've played nothing but isolation basketball with him in the last 3 games, and it's done nothing. The minute, so I mean, they get into they keep the game close actually up until halftime. They get into a huge third quarter deficit, and then they quit playing isolation basketball. And by that point in time, they already don't have the offense to come back.
Yeah, the Hawks are going to rain threes on them, and they're going to come back with layups. Like it never works in the NBA. Never would have seen it
Right.
be like that. So
No, NBA has
yeah,
changed from what it was
that's how I
years ago.
feel
So,
going. The Lakers and Suns. It is a toss up right now. I'd probably favor the Suns if I had to place a bet today. Um, but you never can count LeBron out, unfortunately. So
yeah, you can't.
um, Trailblazers Nuggets still that's up in the air as well. Good series. I always like that.
The Nuggets played so
Mhm.
bad the other night, man. They played
Yeah.
so bad.
Yeah. So but tonight, so we'll probably end up going with the over in the uh, 76ers game, and then we got I may pull the trigger on Grizzlies plus 5.5, maybe.
Yeah, that's where I
Yep.
stand too. I'm hoping it gets to 6, and I'm gonna buy the point to plus
Yep.
7. Either way, I'm probably gonna make it 7 or 6.5. So I'm probably rolling with the same two plays, the over and the Grizzlies plus 6.
No doubt.
So,
All right. Well, if we don't have any other questions, we'll go ahead and get up on out of here, and we will do another live stream. We'll tweet it out. We'll figure out a day that works best for me and Buddy. And then, as always, DM us. Go follow us on Twitter if you guys have any questions. And our podcast is coming out July 8th. Will be the first recording of it posted. So you'll get more of the banter between me and Buddy. And we will go from there. You got any parting words,
yeah.
buddy?
No, man. Just we hope to release the podcast name and logo this week.
Yeah.
But other than
Yep.
that, keep you posted on more
Perfect.
streams.
Sounds good. Let's cash, boys. Peace out.
Good luck, guys.
Front's spazzing on this motherfucker.